Right now, as discussed, Trav, the late reporting strategy that some companies employed, pump the quarterlies and the financial statements out after market on Friday, which is the absolute deadline for the end of the month for this quarterly season. Name and shame, Cobber.
Thanks, Matty. I think we should make a bit of a segment of this every quarter. The last Friday of the reporting month, after market, dropping your quarterly is a very sneaky thing to do. And why is that? Because no one's looking at the screens then. And on this Friday, just gone in particular, there were nearly 1,500 announcements on the ASX. So things can really just slip through the gaps, and there's a lot of noise. So you try and slip in the bad announcement with the rest of the noise and hope that no one pays attention to it.
So is that over half the ASX? 1,500 companies?
I think it'd be, so when we checked, we had a chat about it on Friday, Matty, and whenever we did the episode mid-morning, and it was already over 600 companies. But yeah, you get those sneaky ones doing it after market. It's a whole nother thing.
1,500 announcements doesn't mean 1,500 companies.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but it's a lot of bloody announcements to go on the platform, right? So
we do a bit of rapid fire?
I think we're going to rapid fire shoot through what caught our eye and bring attention to the things that maybe the companies didn't want to bring to your attention.
So New World Resources, 5:23 p.m. on Friday. So they got 1.7 quarters left of funding.
Metro Mining, 5:17 p.m. on Friday. They've got 0.6 quarters left of cash.
Black Cat Syndicate, 4:41 Friday, 2.5 quarters left of cash.
Hot Chili, 4:22 p.m. Friday, 2.3 quarters left of cash.
Cobre, 4:45. They've got 2.7 quarters left of cash.
Toro Energy, 4:13 p.m. Friday, 1.4 quarters left of cash.
Poseidon Nickel, 4:17, 2.2 quarters left.
Bellevue Gold, not a cash update, but they did slip in at 5:04 p.m. that a director had sold $2 million of stock.
Who was that? Was that Michael Naylor?
Yes.
Yep.
Naming and shaming. Nova Minerals, 4:14 p.m. The chair resigned, effective immediately to focus on philanthropy.
It's an interesting.
That's a big balance up, isn't it? Yeah.
You just need to quit right now to go focus on philanthropy. Very interesting.
Yeah, right. So there's a common theme with the amount of quarters of cash left there, nothing exceeding half a year, just a bit over half a year. So is this pretty common, a little common tactic that is seen every quarter, lads?
Well, it's a new thing by the ASX, relatively new, that they have to break down what the last quarterly spending was and how that equates to how many quarters they've got left. But
because that's on so that wasn't on the 5B before, was it? That quarter.
I can't remember when exactly it came in, but relatively recently they have to break down, and then if it's less than a certain amount, they have to flag what they're going to do, whether that might be, cutting down on exploration, cutting down on staff potentially, whether they have plans to capital raise and so on.
It's certainly not a new tactic to slip in a bad announcement after market on a Friday with a bunch of noise. I think there are a couple of factors that make this period of time more interesting than others to do that. One is the fact that you've had this flurry of new IPOs on the ASX. So there's so many more companies, right? And so there's just more noise. So you can sneak in more things, and there's more companies with low cash balance. Combine that with the fact that equity markets look tougher right now than they have it in quite a while. So normally you see a flurry of small equity raisings right before a quarterly so that they can pump up their cash balance. In this case, they couldn't do that because equity markets look tougher.
Yeah, that funding environment isn't the same as it was sort of 2 years ago when a lot of these companies came public.